Hi, this is Ed O'Brien, and I will be talking about motivating and developing staff. Whether you're a manager or not, you may have wondered why some employees perform better than others. There is an ongoing and problematic question that managers face. Long-term problems can surface for management if this question is not taken into account and addressed properly. Some things managers need to consider are that everyone is different. Differences influence behavior. Differences influence performance, and performance is determined primarily by both ability and motivation. When a new employee is hired, a manager should assess an employee's interest, get a better understanding of their knowledge and abilities. Conflicts between the manager and employee may result, and issues with the employee's performance may surface if these are not taken into consideration. So what is motivation? According to Sullivan, motivation describes the factors that initiate and direct behavior. These factors vary among individuals because everyone has different needs and goals. The intensity of motivation is also different among individuals. Motivation tends to drive production, which is why it is such an important factor for enhancing employee performance. A model of job performance that takes both motivation and ability into account is, when considering performance, looks at a variety of factors that contribute to each. Examples of factors contributing to ability include education, as well as continuing education, skill set, and responsibilities. Factors that may influence motivation include the employee's compensation, benefits, their job design, the leadership style of the manager, recruitment and selection, and their personal goals, needs, and abilities. These categories are viewed as being important in this model of job performance: attendance, punctuality, honesty and trustworthiness, daily job performance, adherency to policies and procedures, and absence of errors, accidents, and incidents. It is important for managers to clearly establish and communicate expectations of performance so that any deviation in performance can be identified and documented accordingly. There are three things that motivational therapies typically consider: what activates and invigorates human behavior, what directs behavior toward achieving a goal or meeting an objective, how is this behavior sustained over time. Motivational theories can be used to help explain motivation, to predict what people will actually do, and also suggest ways to influence employees to meet the objectives of the organization. There are two types of motivational theories: content and process. Content theories look at the needs of an individual and/or the rewards that meet these needs. They consider why individuals behave in a certain way. Process theories look at how motivation influences the effort imparted by an individual. Examples include reinforcement theory, also known as behavior modification, and goal-setting theory. Positive reinforcement through praise and negative reinforcement through punishment are examples of techniques used in behavior modification. According to Sullivan, the manager is a leader and should serve as a role model to employees. The manager should display leadership qualities that are in alignment with the vision, mission, and values of the organization. In addition to adequately assessing the interests, knowledge, and abilities of employees, managers should use techniques to motivate employers and encourage their development. This, in turn, should enhance their job performance. It is essential that this starts early in employment. A proper orientation provides a solid foundation for the employee. It helps reduce anxiety, dissatisfaction, turnover, and absenteeism. It is important that expectations are clearly outlined to help prevent discouragement, disillusion, and even departure from the organization or nursing profession. It is important that the new employee is socialized in their new role, and early and ongoing follow-up by the manager is key. On-the-job training is the most common educational method used for employees. New employees are typically assigned to a peer with experience. The employee learns through observation and performance under the direction of their peer. While on-the-job training is effective and efficient, it is not fail-safe, and many things need to be considered, including proper education of those providing training. Other methods used in staff development of new employees include the preceptor model, which provides a way for orienting and socializing new nurses while also recognizing the knowledge and expertise of competent nurses. Mentoring new employees is another tactic to help improve retention, as it is a sustained relationship over a longer period of time than orientation. Mentors guide, support, and nurture their mentees. Other strategies include coaching, which addresses job dissatisfaction, and nurse residency programs, which help acclimate graduate nurses to the new work environment. Clinical ladder programs are an example of career advancement strategy for nurses, with nurses moving from an apprentice or entry-level nurse through a clinical expert level. This is a way to encourage nurses to reward nurses who remain at the bedside and demonstrate their clinical knowledge and expertise. Organizations can also look internally to cultivate and create leaders from their staff. Providing the necessary education, tools, and support is important in the development of leaders. In order to provide a smooth transition between leaders, succession planning is necessary. Succession planning involves the recognition of potential leaders, providing opportunities for growth and development, and structuring core competencies at each level of management. In summary, it is important for managers to realize there is no single way to motivate individuals. It is necessary for managers to recognize individual behavior and motivational factors. Managers should use creative strategies to reward and incentivize staff to satisfy individual needs. Staff development is important, and there are many different development strategies to enhance job performance and retention. Managers should provide opportunities and encourage staff development. In the nursing literature, there is research and other articles looking at motivation in nurses and the manager's role in motivating staff and promoting personal and professional development. For example, Ellis and Abbott looked at the advantages associated with professional development of nurses from the perspective of a nurse manager. The authors concluded that a personal development plan in which the employee develops objectives, activities, target dates, and the evaluation with the help of their manager can enable the manager to promote development of employee in a way that is in alignment with the needs of the team and the organization. Another study in an Italian healthcare setting looked at the intrinsic and extrinsic factors influencing motivation on a sample of nurses. The study looked at the autonomous work, motivation, and self-determination theory, which stresses the importance of competence, autonomy, and relatedness in the triggering of self-determining work behaviors. Research has shown a connection between motivation, psychological well-being, work satisfaction, and commitment to an organization. The study also looked at perceived organizational support, or to that degree to which an organization cares about employee well-being and their contribution to it. The results of the study stress the importance for organizations to foster support and provide opportunities for growth, improvement, and responsibilities for employees. This in turn enhances employees' motivation, which improves job satisfaction, intention to stay with the organization, and effective commitment to the organization. The authors also noted a direct link to autonomy in decision making, scheduling, and problem solving with organizational attachment and job satisfaction, and a reduction in intent to leave. Another study looked into the hospital nurses' work motivation, as the authors felt the knowledge surrounding the issue was insufficient, especially in regard to background factors. The authors suggest a tool for managers to use to determine a nurse's reason to work and to choose a proper motivational strategy based on that reasoning. The authors believe that the autonomous and intrinsic factors bear more importance than external factors like salary or praise in motivating nurses. The authors recommend professional training, rotational changes in staff positions and responsibilities, and development of the practice environment to improve intrinsic motivation. Lastly, another study looked at the factors that motivated nurses working in a magnet hospital to pursue their BSN degree. The author concluded that the encouragement from other nurses, including peers, educators, and managers, served as the primary factor in this area of professional development. Other motivational factors cited included desire for personal development and achievement, desire for more knowledge, and organizational incentives. If you would like to learn more about motivating and developing staff, you can visit these links. Here are the references I used for my presentation. Thank you for listening.